What's going on, y'all? Chuck Nunface. What I got right here is a Les George Mark III folder. I have wanted to get my hands on one of these for a hot minute, but I have not been able to. So when the opportunity came to check one out, I jumped at it. This is from the new run. I believe it's the sweep handle scales, so it's just a stone wash titanium handle. Black DLC spear point blade. Now that's a spear point. I think I'm going to do a side by side with a couple different spear points. I might revisit something I did a while back with the Les George and McNeese. I might do something like that with this knife right here. I'm thinking about it. But a really cool blade profile right there. This one's in Magna Cut. I don't know the HRC on this Magna Cut, and I've been critical on Magna Cut. The Magna Cut invasion has begun, but when it comes to companies and makers like Jonathan McNeese, like Les George, I feel pretty confident that they're taking the heat treatment protocol seriously. And I could probably message Les George and be like, hey, what numbers are you getting on these Magna Cut blades from an HRC standpoint? In fact, I may do that and then update y'all. We'll see. I feel confident that small batch production knives are going to be striving really hard to hit a good heat treat protocol and, cryo treatment and everything else. So that being said, this is in Magna Cut. He's traditionally worked with XHP and other steels as well. But yeah, most recently XHP. Now he's transitioned, looks like most of his stuff, over to Magna Cut. Yeah, a lot to like. I really like this blade profile. I really do. When this knife came out, he's got a fixed blade that looks similar to this. I believe that's a Mark III fixed blade as well. So it's got that kind of World War II trench knife, Fairbairn Sykes dagger type feel to it. Now, it's not a dagger grind on the blade. As you can see, the grind goes much higher. It doesn't have a medial ridge. It's much higher. And I really like how it curves down to the tip like that. It almost looks like, I don't know, I guess a bird's beak, something like that. I'll probably have It Isn't Dan when I post this on Instagram. Post a picture of a toucan or something like that, as he is wont to do when I post certain pictures of certain knives. So I'm expecting that. But yeah, I really like that blade profile, that nice swedge right there. I dig that. I like the handles. They're a little on the slick side. I wish there was something he would do with his stone wash finish that would take away maybe a media blast or something like that would add a little bit more texture to these. And if truth be told, this wouldn't be the configuration that would be my first choice. I would like kind of like the knurled model that he has out now. I think he did some of those for Blade Show. But I digress. It is what it is. I did want a chance to get my hands on this, so this is what I have in front of me. And then, of course, the DLC blade. I would probably prefer a satin blade, to be perfectly honest with you, and maybe a DLC handle. But like I say, it is what it is. Thumb disc opener a la Emerson and others. I'm kind of curious to see if you can get a gray precision in there. Now, I know the notches aren't wide enough, I don't think, at least. But I may just try for, S&Gs just to see if I can get a gray precision to fit in there. Or if an Emerson, some sort of aftermarket disc will fit there. Not that it needs it. I mean, it's perfectly fine without it. It is running on PB washers, and it is a really smooth action, as you can see right there. Very smooth. And I kind of like... Let's see if I can get it to show up on camera. Maybe. I mean, you can see the washer right there through the cutout. I kind of like his no fucks given approach, where he doesn't try to use a smaller washer. He just lets the washer be seen. I like that. Some may call that, oh, well, why doesn't he size it up or something? I've never heard anybody say that, but I kind of like it, to be perfectly honest with you. It reminds me of the old Hinderer like Gen 2 buoy that I used to have that I did a washer swap on. I took out the Teflon before they were tri-way, and I put on PB washers that I got on eBay, and they weren't sized specifically for the pivot. They were just one size, and it kind of had that exposed washer. I like that. I think it's kind of cool. You know, I know Strider uses different size washers, and then I think recently Spartan knives started using different size washers, so they weren't exposed. But I kind of like them exposed. It doesn't bother me at all. Pocket clip right there, very similar to like an Emerson pocket clip. I believe you could probably put an Emerson pocket clip on there. I may even try to do that. Put a black one on there. I think I've got a We the People one that I can put on there. I'm pretty sure the holes match up. I may give that a shot too. The clip is good. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing special. I believe it's just bent titanium, possibly spring steel, but I think it's titanium. And it's kind of his signature clip. Just very simple clip. Hardware is going to be T8 with this. I think it's probably a T15 right there. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tried to take this apart. And yeah, frame lock folder. So initially, like two things that I'm kind of nitpicking about. One would just be the handle finish. I think it's a little on the smooth side. And then the second, I would like a tighter detent. A little bit stiffer on the detent. That's something I can probably address. I may try to bend the lock bar over a little bit and provide a little bit more tension. That may solve what I'm looking at and what I'm feeling. It's not weak, but I can flick it open without too much trouble. I can get it to open up without too much trouble. So that is not my preferred detent. I would like it a little crisper, but we'll see. I mean, it's certainly not bad. It's not bad, but I wouldn't mind it being a little crisper. Now, in doing so, if I bent the lock bar over, I would kind of lose that drop sheddiness from, on that washer action. But I don't know. We'll see. Might be worth it. In any case, rock solid lockup, no movement in any direction. A little bit when I take the pressure off the lock bar, so maybe I'll tighten that up just a hair. We'll see. Yeah, I might just mess with it a little bit. Nothing crazy, just a little minor adjustments. But yeah, Mark III folder from Les George. I really like his designs. I like his work. I've had a V-Sep. I've had a Talos. He's working on a new run of Taloses right now. I'm definitely interested in maybe picking up one of those down the line when they're available. I know they're in production. But yeah, I dig his designs, and I'm glad to have my chance at this one right here. Because there's a lot to like about it, and I dig it. I'll probably do a full review of this knife, but I just wanted to kind of get some first impressions out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Les George in general, the Mark III folder in particular. But give me a follow on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface. Turn on that alert bell. Click on that. Subscribe to the channel. Certainly would appreciate that. Rapidly approaching 2,000 subscribers. So y'all rock on that front. Definitely appreciate that. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Peace.